Okay, so once again, 8.3, we're looking at more similar stuff that we should be starting to get used to, more graphs, and in particular line graphs. So once again, interpreting data from a graph and answering questions from looking at it. So let's have a look here. Question 3, we're talking about someone's height. So the graph shows Lillian's height over a 10-year period from when she was born. What was Lillian's height when she was born? So if we have a look here, and when Lillian was born, I'm going to say she was around about 42 centimetres. So 42 centimetres for that question. And B says, what was Lillian's height at the age of 7 years? So we need to come down here to 7 years, come up, it's dead set in the middle between 100 and 120. So I'm going to say around about 110 centimetres, I can say with fair certainty. It'll be 110 centimetres. And actually looking at this graph again here now, if I come back here to my first one, I said it was 42 centimetres. And in one of these squares, we're talking about a 20 centimetre gap. So I reckon it could even be a little bit more. I think it could be about 45 centimetres. So I might change that to 45 centimetres. I'll go back. I'll just change it to 45. If I have a look at C, at what age did she first reach 130 centimetres tall? So 130 centimetres is going to be across here. I think she's just missed out of it when she turned 8. Just missed out on 130 centimetres. So I'm going to say between the ages of 8 and 9. Between 8 and 9. Did she get to 130 centimetres? How much did Lillian grow in the year when she was 7 years old? So here she was. She grew a lot in that year. She was roughly about 110 centimetres when she was 7, and I would say she got to about 125 centimetres. So I would say she grew about 15 centimetres in that year, which is quite a lot. Use the graph to estimate her height at the age of 9.5 years. So 9.5, I reckon that's about 9.5 there. I would say 140 centimetres. Very good. Let's have a look at, I'll get rid of that one now. Let's have a look at question 8. And here it says, question 8, the water storage levels for a given city are graphed based on the percentage of water available. For this question, assume that the amount of water that people use in the city does not change from month to month. So during which month did it rain the most in this city? So we need to have a look here at our graph. Okay, so from January to February, it's gone from 30% down to around about 28%. These are going up in 5% increments. All right, and this is our storage level. So think of a dam or something like that, where they're looking at storage. So we're asking, during which month did it rain the most in this city? So we're looking for a big rise. We're looking for a big rise in the data. There was quite a large rise in February to March. It went up probably around about 5%. But the biggest one that I can see is from July to August. So I would be saying that it rained the most in July. B, at what times in the year did the water storage fall below 40%? Okay, so for most of the year, it was below 40%. If we have a look at 40% up here, for most of the months, it's been below 40%. So I'm going to say storage was only above 40% from around about from halfway through July until October. So supply was above 40% from mid-July to October. See, it says from August to September it rained a total of 20 megalitres of water. How much water did the people in this city use during this period? Okay, so from August, here's August here, to September, the amount of water has been exactly the same. So the percentage has not changed at all. So you can assume that they used every single drop of that water, that 20 megalitres that fell. So for C, I would be saying they used 20 megalitres, which is million litres, of water. Okay. And is it more likely that this city is located in the northern or the southern hemisphere? Justify your answer. Well, I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'll give you a chance to answer this one, but I will say this. Here on the Gold Coast, in most places, particularly in Queensland, we get the most rain during summer and not winter. So if you work out which times of year we have our summer, and if the rainfall period is quite heavy based on this graph during those months, you could assume that it's probably going to be in the southern hemisphere. Now, if on the other hand it's the complete opposite to that, I would assume that it's in the northern hemisphere, okay, due to the fact that their rainfall levels go up during those cooler months for us, and obviously in the northern hemisphere it'll be the opposite. So have a go at that one by yourself. D.